Tea ceremony is a rite of hospitality. The basis for tea ceremony lies in receiving guests and entertaining them with either food in the extensive version or tea in the abbreviated version. But the idea remains the same. You receive guests, you entertain them, and make sure everybody has a good time. But that's not all that tea ceremony does for us, and that's not only the reason why we practice tea ceremony. Because nowadays, tea ceremony is not as commonly used for entertaining guests as it was in the past. So why do we still do tea ceremony, and why do we continue practicing the rite of tea? Well, for me it mostly began because I felt relaxed in doing it. Tea ceremony may seem complex, but when you actually get the movements, understand the movements, and become one with the movements, because each movement is individually decided and there's no other way to do it. So once your body gets accustomed to doing those movements, you become free from having to think about what to do next or what to do now. And that gives time and peace and relaxation to as well mind as body, in order to create a continuous and natural flow. And that is what I first felt in tea ceremony, and that is what attracted me to continue practicing. So for me it has a great meditational aspect to it. And in performing, in doing a session, in preparing tea, I'm completely relaxed. I'm free of any other thoughts that are unnecessary at that moment, and I'm completely focused. I'm monotasking, and that is what makes it so relaxing. So through tea ceremony we can actually create an environment in which we are in peace with what is happening, and that is exactly the same for the guests. Because now I'm talking from the host's perspective. The host who is conducting the service can through the service relax because everything is set and laid out for us. It's easy, and we don't have to recreate or create something ourselves. So that means that we can become free in thought. But for the guests as well, many of the actions, the conversations, are predetermined. And by following that flow, a natural flow is generated that creates a certain atmosphere, that creates a feeling between the host and the guests, a feeling between the guests, and that feeling mostly relates to respecting each other and showing gratitude for each other's good intentions. Because yes, if someone has a good intention of presenting you with someone or showing it to someone or to you, then the issue is not so much what he is presenting, but how you react to it. Because showing appreciation is the first step to recognizing someone's existence and to creating a mutual relationship that is based on respect. And that is what is constituted in the service of tea, in the rite of tea as well. And that is what I think we can learn from tea. and what we can apply on our lives. And meditation gives us the freedom and the room in our minds to allow that kind of thought, to allow us to be appreciative of someone else's good intentions and to be respectful of them, irregardless of the fact that we agree or disagree, like or dislike. Respect is something that should be universal, and we can learn respect through being grateful. And that is what tea ceremony can teach us in the very beginning.